In this Align Mix video, you will learn how to locate your missing territory labels. Now, this most often happens in the Seattle, Alaska territories that many companies create. So let's zoom into Seattle. And right away, you'll notice that there is no label appearing for Seattle right here. We have all the other territory labels appearing for the surrounding territories, but the one for Seattle does not show. And that's because that territory is actually connected to this Alaska territory. So the label is actually placed in the center of the largest part of that territory, so it's hovering over Alaska. But if you wanted to see the label here in the continental US, we have to somehow shift that label to appear here on the Seattle portion of that territory. And to do that, you simply right-click on that part of the territory and click on Properties. And we have this nifty feature that allows you to set the label in the clicked portion of that territory. So as soon as I click that label will jump to where we right-clicked, and then you can click on OK, and now that label appears. So the same thing applies if you have multiple portions of that territory. So bear with me while we create an extension of this territory here. I'm going to put it there, and also another bigger portion here. So I actually have three parts of that territory scattered through another territory. Now, you would never do this on purpose because these are now non-contiguous territories. But let's say we want to move the label to a different portion of that territory. And we can right-click on any of them and click on Properties, and then we can adjust this to say Label in Part 3. So now it'll go to the third largest part of that territory. When I click OK, you see it got shifted to that smallest portion here. If I right-click again and go to Properties, and now I make it 2, it'll shift to this one over here on the right. And again, if you right-click and go to Properties and Set Clicked, it'll go to where you right-clicked on initially on that territory, and now click on OK. So if you ever encounter a situation where you can't locate the label for a territory, first make sure the labels are turned on, and you can do that in View and click here on the View button for labels and make sure that the check mark is shown for territories. And if you still are missing a label for a territory, then make sure to right-click on that territory, go to Properties, and then click on Set Clicked, and that will bring that label to appear where you just right-clicked on that territory. There you go. You've just learned how to locate your missing territory labels.